what's the 7th round pick? My man, like the upside down hat. He was going to take the job.
The only reason I like
Cooper Rush.
I'll listen to it a little bit is because hindsight's 2020, but it's not hard for me to go back to 2016 and think of how wild it was for Dak to step in the Coliseum and ball like he did in that preseason game. Like nobody was expecting that at all. Nobody. Not the.
It was that San Francisco game
that thought that it would be Kellen Moore.
I did. My first video on YouTube said that Dak Prescott would be a steal. That's actually how I got started on YouTube. And it was because I remember watching him at the Senior Bowl, and it wasn't really his arm talent, it was how well he processed.
Oh yeah.
And he was just a great process. And that's probably what'll hurt Milton, because that's what he struggled with. So like the talent's there, but like with Purdy, with Dak, Dak doesn't have an amazing arm. Like, just being real, he has a good arm, he has a serviceable arm, but what makes Dak great is he can come to the line, he can tell you what defense you're in, he can get into the check, and he's accurate and he can make the throws. Milton, like, if the play's called in, he'd never
But to John's point, and I hate this, I'm mad he brought this shit up for 2016. At that point in time, seriously, think about the arcs here. At that point in time, Tony Romo was labeled a injury prone player.
Yes.
And we went into that season like, gosh, I hope he can stay healthy, because the year before he didn't. And what happened? He got in there, got hurt. Yeah. And when Dak went in, Dak was not accurate. Dak was not a great processor in that sense. He wasn't terrible, but he was a quarterback that obviously needed to lean on other things. But Joe Milton, and he used his legs. Joe Milton's not as accurate. He has a better arm, and he uses his legs. Oh, and guess what? Dak Prescott's injury prone, and he got hurt the year before. So I hate that I'm lining all this up, but John's right. There is a world where, all right, he goes out there and he gets hurt for the season again, and Joe Milton goes in there and pulls off some ridiculous run. We are right back where we were in 2016.
Hey, Scott, stay where you are.
Rightfully
real quick, Law. I want to stay where you are. What's the best outcome for this Joe Milton situation? Because I have one, but I want to hear yours.
To continue to develop, I think what Dak has about 4 years left on the deal. If we don't advance in the next 2 or 3 years, or he gets hurt again, then you hope that Milton is a guy that develop and he can slide right in there, a la Jordan Love.
Yeah. I was going to say, you think that's the best case scenario? You don't think the best case scenario is that he's so good that they can't keep him off the field and they have to play him right away? He makes the Pro Bowl this year and takes him to the Super Bowl. You don't think that's the best case scenario?
That would mean, are you saying that Dak is so bad or gets hurt?
Whatever. I'm just saying they get to the Super Bowl. That's not.
I wasn't going to go with that, John.
That's the best case scenario. That's
that's the best. That's the best case scenario for Joe Milton. The best case scenario for Cowboys and Cowboy fans is that
takes them to the Super Bowl that they haven't been to in 30 years. You don't think
I didn't know you said that. I didn't know you said that he would take him to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, then he's forever ironclad. You got Joe Milton here, but to that point, there's a lot of things
that's best case scenario. I was trying to be more realistic, but yeah, hell yeah.
What was the scenario that happened with, I'm going way back, y'all, with Kurt Warner with the Rams, because they put in the other guy.
Yeah, Mark Bolger
got hurt. Mark Bolger got